Warning, it is the opinion of the 4th Street Productions and the Working Perspectives Podcast Weekend Pop-In that we should inform you that some of the language used in this recording could possibly be considered offensive. You've been warned, so if you decide to listen, then don't complain like a fucker.
He told us, like, when he was a kid, he used to hustle pretzels at Eagles games down at the vet, and he would make $300 a day. He was cleaning up.
Went from slinging pretzels to slinging titties.
Yeah! It's a natural progression in Philadelphia.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dude, imagine. Hi, hello, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to talk to some real people about some real things, living real lives, doing real stuff. This is the Working Perspectives Podcast. I'm Matt Lavelle, accompanied today by Schwap Game Steve Cabot, Lasmeeshma Liam Reese, and later we'll be joined by the bad boy, Bern Podcasy, Bern Podcasy. You can find all our stuff and all our content and all podcast platforms on YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. You can also on Instagram, Working Perspectives Podcast, and you can join us on the Twitter and the TikTok at Working P Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe so we can keep bringing you this sweet, sweet content. Lasmeeshma! How we doing, baby?
Great, man. I'm out of the heat now, so I'm good, man.
Like it, love it, want more of it. Strong Stem, how we living, my man?
Fucking stressed. It's hot. I got a fucking wound at work. I got a Jimmy fucking long neck with my shirt.
Bacon
It's a
neck.
fucking problem.
Yeah. Well, speaking of bacon necks, this is the Working Perspectives Podcast. Let's get this thing started. Let's go.
It's our objective to be effective by voicing societies. Working perspective, exploring your day and how you get paid. Launching a new episode every Tuesday. Your day can transform while we inform with new episodes available on every platform. So check out our vibe and how we get live. Then do us a solid. Share and subscribe. Would you share it? Would you share it? Would you share it? Working Perspectives.
All right, let's talk about it. Let's do about it. Let's be about it. This week on the show, I'm telling you, just another flavor of ice cream, baby. We are really up in it. Like the director of player development for Temple women's basketball, followed by one of the best plastic surgeons in the country. You know what is titties?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got excited.
It's true though. He is, dude. He's the best titty sculptor there is. I've seen his work. It's available at joetmd.com.
He's pretty much God to me. That guy is God. He can manipulate humans. He God.
Yeah, dude. And even like, I know plastic surgeons get the bad rap of like, you know, they're superficial and things like that. But when he was telling a story about the one teenage girl who had already attempted suicide 2 times, and then after that came and like begged for plastic surgery to prevent people from making fun of her so much. And then he did it. And now her life is completely changed. Right? Like that kind of stuff. You see that and you're like, all right, well, you know, he's actually doing like really good things. You know what I mean? But
whoever said that about plastic surgeons is a fucking hater.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
And you guys kind of talked about that. Like, people just hate because they're fucking jealous and like, you know what I mean? But seriously, man. There's no reason to hate on that at all.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah. And he talked about like the guys that get the bad rap for like, you know, like if you're a cheap plastic surgeon, he's, you know, it is what it is. But he said, he's like, I'm expensive and I'm worth it. You know what I mean? Because he'll take 10 hours on a surgery. Also, when he was talking about the microsurgery, when he like with cancer victims and stuff like that. Oh my God, dude, could you imagine?
Powerful shit.
Can you imagine putting together a millimeter like blood vessel, right? Like just like that is unreal.
Wow, now, they go to school for so long, you know?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Steve.
I want to ask a question to both of you. Since we're on this, what do you think, you two, is the most ridiculous, I'll go first, the most ridiculous of the plastic surgeries, right? Mine is dudes that get the calf implants. You got to be
That's
fucking
pretty wild.
To go calf implants.
That is pretty wild.
Wow.
What do you guys think?
Anything like that? Do you see the Russian guy who like got like the fake arm on, like his biceps were like this, but it's like, you know what I mean? It's like silicone and shit.
Yeah,
and he looks so fucking weird, and he can't even like lift.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so weird, man.
I do. Yeah, go ahead.
Nah, there's just something wrong with somebody doing something like that, you know? But I mean, if he's paying, you know what I mean? Just
True. But like people that have like, honestly, in a way, I feel terrible for some of those people that have like such severe like body dysmorphia issues,
right?
That they're wanting that. And also it's like, bro, your calves for real? Like that's
the one. Remember, it was only like 5 or 10 years ago. There was that lady Goodell or lady something was this broad that was doing ass lifts or ass implants by the hotel or down by the airport, and she stuck like fucking. I think she stuck like caulk in a broad's ass instead of like the filler, and the girl died.
Yeah. Whoa. And the reason is because they like enclose the silicone like in stuff that's like okay, it's sterile, it's all right to be in your body. They're using like fucking silicone caulk like that people use on like windows and stuff, and just slicing and putting it between your muscle and your skin. That's just fucked up, man.
Yeah. That bitch just slid through Home Depot and got Flex Seal on it too.
Dude, that shit like gives me the heebie-jeebies, man. God, dude.
Plus, dude, that's the other thing. He like
fucked up infections.
They called him a plastic surgeon, but he's like almost like a transfer artist. Like the one he was saying, he took fat from around the stomach and like the upper thigh and moved it to the butt. Like so he's not sticking your ass with plastic. He's putting just the fat you already have.
Real shit.
Yeah.
That's
dude.
Awesome.
Like he told us he removed 7 liters of fat from the one person. I was like, damn.
Ew. Have you ever seen lipo when they just like jam that needle back and forth and it like fucking flobies out the dick? Oh my god. Now I will say this. You said something earlier that brought me to a quote that's I said my father was famous for quotes, right?
Yeah,
he's very good before his stroke on making people understand, right? So people come in just like he was saying, hey, I'm expensive for a fucking reason. My dad would give a person a price and they'd be like, oh my God, well, Pep Boys said they would do it for it. And my dad goes, I'm confused. Do you go to McDonald's hoping to get a Del Frisco's Wagyu hamburger?
Yeah.
No, right? You go, you pay that extra money because that's a real chef. That's a real professional. It's going to do a good job, right? So you go pay for what you get. Now, if you want them to go fuck your brakes up, go ahead.
Yeah, go roll the dice. You know?
Yeah. No, your dad is honestly, your dad doesn't even need quotes sometimes to get shit over. Because one time when I came in the shop, I was like, hey, Mr. Cabot, how are you? And he just looked at me and went, and then just kept walking. And I was like, this guy's a fucking ass. I was like, shout out, the best. But no, he's awesome. But yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. You get what you pay for. If you know, like his shit is $100 just a consultation fee.
I bet. It probably should be more.
Yeah.
A lot out of his time. Like he's not doing like a simple thing, you know?
Yeah. Plus too, like honestly, I was really interested too when he was talking about like the mental preparation of going into a surgery. Could you imagine going into like a microsurgery? Right. And like your mental process of driving into work that day, like how fucking amped you have to be, you know?
Well, think about the pressure on that guy when like, you know, say it's like a breast cancer survivor. It's like reconstructing. Like this is such heavy shit. Some of it, people think it's all fucking Kardashian style. A lot of it's some real heavy shit where like, you know, he's helping people in a way that you can never imagine.
Oh, dude, a lot of it is cancer reconstruction.
Heavy
stuff
shit.
Like
Heavy shit, man.
Yeah. No. He's doing like, like we said, like, because there
the
are
Lord's
some
work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially when we scalped in a pair of hoo-has. Oh, baby. Yeah. But there's some guys that are scalpel jockeys that'll just like, they'll slice you up. Like those guys, that's what gives the plastic surgeons a bad name. But guys like him, he's the real deal. He's worth the money, and he gets the shit done right. And you're like he tells you, he's like, I'm giving you a vision. I'm the vision of what you want to be. So like, you know, he can't be full of shit. Also,
and he's Italian.
Yeah, he's Joey Pretz.
He's American.
Yeah, he's an American.
USA. USA.
But he's Joey Pretz, Doc Pretz from Southwest Philly. He told us like when he was a kid, he used to hustle pretzels at Eagles games down at the vet, and he would make $300 a day. He was cleaning up.
Went from slinging pretzels to slinging titties.
Yeah, it's the natural progression in Philadelphia.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, dude! Imagine this. He made $300 on pretzels, and he was selling them. It was a quarter a pretzel, 5 for $1. So could you imagine the amount?
The volume he sold.
Oh God, dude, he's selling over 1,000. Selling over 1,000 easy. That's unbelievable.
A lot of drunk motherfuckers need some pretzel to absorb the alcohol.
Oh, bro, the tailgate. Yeah, he probably didn't even have to leave like K-Lot. You know what I'm saying?
Every time I saw the shopping cart, I was like, "Cuz, hit me with 10." He's like, I'm like, it doesn't matter. Hit me with 10. I need them now.
Oh, I was always loading up on the pretzels. They know the game. But nice. Yeah, no. So I really enjoyed his episode. Really just another great flavor of ice cream. And just
good dude, too. Seemed like a sincere good dude.
Awesome,
I don't know personally, but it came through. Like, sincere guy.
No, so honestly, you're 100% right. Really awesome guy. Plus, too, he was honest about everything. He was honest about when he first started, he had no idea. And dude, the one line, he's like, when I graduated high school, I was 130 pounds. He's like, he's like 5'10", 130 pounds. And I was like, damn, he's like, yeah, I was like, he said he was built like a dart. And I fucking lost it. And I was like, damn, that is funny. But yeah, so he was like super skinny. He even talked about like how he would be self-conscious of his girlfriend, like checking out other guys and stuff. You know what I mean? So he's like, I got in shape. I hit the gym. I got really into nutrition. And then that led to like, he studied nutrition. And then he's like, I want more. I want to be a surgeon. And he just like bet on himself. And he's one of 12 from Southwest Philly, right? Like went to high school, did all that, West Catholic grad, like he went to all that stuff, you know what I mean? And it's not like he was living the life of luxury. He just did it. He did the work, put in the time, and dedicated himself to something he was passionate about. And now he's an ultra success and one of the best in the country.
Now, is it not always true some of the best motivation on this planet comes from pussy? Like you just said. He was like, you know what? I got to get bigger. My girl's looking at dudes. You know what? I got to get better. I got to get smarter. I got to do something.
None of us would have gotten off our couches at the age of from 15 to 35 without the incentive of, some sweet gebaba. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But
you gotta think.
And in that same breath, you two have daughters. I have 2 nieces. I want every dude to die their age. All of them together at one time.
Yeah. Yeah. Big time. Yeah. They're all, the biggest thing I want to get over to my daughter is scumbags. I'm like, look, if you see a scumbag, just tell him to fuck off.
And you gotta do that, right?
I know. I'll tell you what they look like. I tell you what they'll say. I'll tell you everything.
Do that. Yeah. You don't need to do that. You know what you need to do? Just be yourself and show her what a real man does for a woman. Treat your wife with respect, your mom with respect, other women with respect, and they learn right away. They're like, oh, that's how a man acts.
True.
You know?
True. Yeah. You're not wrong. But
nope.
Yeah, and he even said too, even bring it back to Joe, the plastic surgeon, Joe Tamburrino, joetmd.com. But he even said he was 20 when he had his first kid. Could you imagine 20 years old? You're not even in school. You're with your high school sweetheart kind of thing.
You're not even old enough to go to the bar yet.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, props to him because I don't think I would have been mature enough.
That's so hard.
Actually, I don't think I know I would have been mature enough.
Absolutely. Could you imagine? Could you imagine knocking up the girls we dated in high school? Oh my God, Steve, you'd be thrilled. You'd be thrilled. That was your idea. You wanted to.
Yeah, right.
But
one of them, my son would have been Henzo Gracie at this point. So
not bad. But dude, I even remember having a couple scares when I was younger, and I was thinking to myself I could take care of this kid. Looking back, I was like, I was such a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? I had no idea what I was.
Dude, you never know till it's in front of you though. You could have came through. You know what 100%. I mean? You're not a moron. You're not a piece of shit. You know what I mean? When you put that when push comes to shove and the kid's actually in front of you, dude,
you'll stand up.
You find out what you're actually made of. You know what I mean? Whether you're so I take it back. Maybe 20,
I agree.
You know what I mean? once shit gets real, dude, you find out what you're real. You know?
Yeah. No, I agree. And my agreement means nothing because you two actually have daughters and I just have nieces. But I completely agree.
But also, too, I would like to think, too, like, maybe if I did have at that age, it would have kept me clean on a bunch of shit, too, and, like, more focused and driven. I'd like to think that because I've seen other guys go the other way with it. Like, I knew a dude that had a kid when he was 15, and then he would, like, impregnate the girl 2 more times, and he's, like, going out partying, lying about having kids and all this shit. Like, what the fuck, bro? You know what I mean? It's just, like, it's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Right? Like, it's messed up. But either way, what are you going to do?
Not everybody, you know what I mean? Not all parents are good parents, dude. Just,
that's the funny part, too, dude. The older I get, I swear to God, the older I get, the more my number one judgment on a human, and I don't got no place to judge nobody, but the one thing I will judge you on is the way you treat, like, the little kids around you, old people around you, people who, you know, don't have a defense mechanism to fight back if you're like a fucking jerk off.
Oh, for sure.
That is true.
That's like my barometer on humans, like the way you treat elderly and little kids. Everything else in between, of course, women, but like you want to fucking be a dickhead to dudes. I'm a dickhead all the time. Whatever, go do what you got to do. But like to women, elderly, children, that's like the barometer.
Also, like, if you're a dickhead to people, like, how people treat servers at restaurants and stuff, too. If you're a dick to a server, I'm like, I don't even want to fucking be near you right now.
Because how fair, you don't even know that person. You're probably a shithead to everybody else, too.
Even if it's the worst service ever, I would never say a thing. Just because, like, I know what it's like. I've been there, and it's awful. I feel bad because
half the time I've been somewhere, usually the server's like a fucking 20-year-old girl. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are you doing? It's not... If she does fuck up, it's fine. Like, she's a kid. What are you fucking doing?
If you get pissed off at TGI Fridays because some 20-year-old messed up your mac and cheese, go fucking eat your dick.
That gets you know what I mean? What do you guys get paid? What is it? Like, what are you getting? Like $2 on the books? Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, dude, it's so embarrassing. So if you're like at a table with a bunch of people or something, and somebody's being like that, and they're complaining about something, you're like, oh my God, stop. Like, it's so embarrassing.
You feel drug into it almost.
Yeah, you're like, oh you're like, I swear I'm not like this.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
dude, sometimes I'll try to step in and be like, hey, what's the issue? Right? Like, okay, then let's do this. That's fine. But do not talk down to this person.
Yeah, what does it matter with you?
Also, too, I hate the person who says water's for the table. I'm like, fuck you. You have no idea what you just did to this person. You have no idea what you just did to this server. You fucking asshole. Water's for
good. That made me feel good, Matt, that makes me feel good because the only time I ever accept water before I'm like super drunk is when someone else orders a water and she goes, "Would you like one too?" And I'm like, I guess, sure. Yeah. But I make sure I drink it because I don't want to be the dickhead to leave it on. My mom would have smacked that water into my face when I was a kid. Yeah. So I gotta. Yeah. Whatever goes on the table, you gotta get rid of.
Yeah, but there's been times where I've been like, it's like a group of 10 and one person wants to be Johnny Hotshot and be like, hey, we're gonna get water. I'm gonna get waters for the table. It's like, dude,
does
shut
it give you a thing?
Yeah. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Oh, you're gonna get free waters for everybody, you fucking hotshot? Shut the fuck up.
And bring them in the fancy glasses.
Yeah. It's like, you fucking douche. But either way, you're 100% right. Like, when you see people out, like, just out, like, being discourteous to, like if you're at the grocery store or something, like, being discourteous to someone who works there or something like that, where, like, people trying to scam everything, it's like, get the fuck over. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to get anything for free. They know what you're trying to do. Just shut up. You know what I mean? So it gets annoying. But either way, like we said, joetmd.com. Check out. I've been there. They have some of his work up on the website, Steve.
Hell yeah.
If you want to take a look. Yeah. So they have some of his work up on the website. He's an artist. I'll just say
he's gonna get some likes from me.
Yeah, he's an artist. So, but either way,
this guy on the gram or anything? I don't remember.
Yeah. I tagged him.
Hell yeah!
I tagged him in all our posts and everything. So yeah, nice. So all right, let's keep it moving. So like we said, available now, all podcast platforms and YouTube. We have the Dr. Joseph Tamburrino episode. And then next week we're airing, and honestly, this is, I think this is some of our best work to date, is we're airing the Eric Tangradi episode. And for those of you who don't know, Eric Tangradi, he's a former NHL hockey player. He played for the Penguins. Yeah. He played for the Winnipeg Jets. He played for Montreal. He's played in over 150 NHL games, and he's been in the NHL playoffs. He was on the Penguins when the year after they won the Stanley Cup when they made the run. He was on the same line with Malkinen and Sidney Crosby and all that. Like the dude's, he's got a crazy great story about like when he was drafted, when he played in Russia, right? Like he is, and he's got, honestly, even growing up, he's born and raised in Roxborough, right? Like, I don't know if you've seen the movie Hustle. Did you see the movie Hustle yet with Adam Sandler?
I sure did. Yeah, yes.
Yeah. I did. So the part where he sends the dude to run Crams Hill, right? Yeah. In Roxborough Mania. Yep. Eric tells a great story about that because he's born and raised in Roxborough. So super good dude. Honestly, it was a pleasure to have him on, and really like the business he has going now, and he'll talk about it. It's a real estate venture. Genius, absolute genius what he's doing now.
And wait, I just got to add this for you people to understand. To make it to the NHL, to be born and raised in Roxborough, where it is only playable for 2 months out of the year, is fucking insane.
Yeah.
The talent on this motherfucker is insane.
He talks about it too. He talks about like
you're so far behind the 8 ball with Canadian kids that fucking live, eat, breathe, and shit every single day on the pond.
Yeah. Dude, he said because he was here, he would end up winning a state championship for his high school team as like a sophomore or junior, right? He was a prodigy, but that was down here. He's like he would end up having to go to Canada, right? And he was in a situation where if he didn't make it to the NHL, you lose your college eligibility, right? So he was in there. So like he bet on himself and did all that crazy story. Yeah. He was roommates with PK Subban. Right, like crazy, right? He tells like some crazy stuff, but he talks about how like down here in Philadelphia, you're playing like maybe local teams. You go up northeast a little bit, but he was like, when you go to Canada, it's a different game. They are
they fucking bleed.
It's the NFL, they like their country.
He tells a great story about like hockey fights and stuff. It was awesome. Honestly, I'll tell you this too. He's taking classes on interviews because he was a pro at answering these questions.
Now, can I ask you a serious question that's going to anger me because I think I know the answer?
Yeah.
Did you ask him about the Dansbury Trashers?
You're damn right I did. You're goddamn right I did.
You fucking did.
Oh, you're damn right I did. Because we asked him about hockey movies, right? Yes. And then he told us, he was like, dude, I used to love them, but he's like, now, imagine this. He was drafted in like.
Does he know Wingnut?
He was drafted in in early 2000s, right? So, but before he was drafted, he's like
straight out of high school.
Out of juniors, he played juniors. So, but he was drafted and like. He talks about being on a bus in the early 2000s and riding hours and hours to play hockey all over Canada. And he's like, you didn't have a smartphone back then. You didn't have, so they're watching VHS. They're watching VHS on the bus, watching the same 5 hockey movies all over again.
Little TVs in the corners.
And he's like, you couldn't pay me to. He was so burnt out on him. You know what I mean?
Did you ask him if they have like the hole in the back of the bus that they
piss in? Like from Goon? Yeah. I should have. Man, he wants to come back on. So when he comes back on, I'll remember to ask him.
Oh, he's coming back on. This guy sounds like the shit.
Oh yeah. So but when I brought up the Danbury Trashers, which he was on a team that would win a Calder Cup, which is the cup like
below the NHL.
Exactly. So, but I was talking because I told him, I was like, yo, it's about this team, Connecticut. It was owned by a mob boss who they based the Sopranos off of. And he's like, I
hate when you say that, but they're from the DiCavalente family is what the Sopranos is based off of. I know that little insert in the beginning, what they say, and that it's complete fucking bullshit. Don't say that anymore.
All right. Either way. But I had said, I was
like a Gambino guy. It had nothing to do with the fucking Jersey family.
He said, though, like, I was like, is there any type of corruption like that? He's like, I didn't see any of that in here. And then he's like, but when I went to Russia, on the other hand, and I was like,
I don't doubt that at all.
Oh,
Free Reiner.
He talks about playing. He talks about playing in Kazakhstan, and like, I don't know if you guys have heard what Russian gas is. Have you guys heard about the Russian gas? Oh, no. baby. There's this show.
Weed?
No. Oh, baby. Oh my God. I wish. But so in Russia, right?
Don't say it. They have to watch the episode to find out.
Oh, yeah. Let's
All
not
right.
ruin it.
All right.
Because I now have to listen because I want to know what the fuck Russian gas is.
Well, Steve, you listen every week because you love this show and you wouldn't miss it. Isn't that right?
That's right. That's why I took the fucking shot to the face.
Yeah.
And I worked all day in the heat. And you know what? I was ready to quit, but he didn't.
Nice. Love it. But yeah, so no. But yeah, so check it out. And like for those who listen to Spit and Chicklets, it's a Barstool podcast.
Sports.
Yeah, Spit and Chicklets, they tell a bunch of stories about Russian gas. So if you need to,
I gotta listen. I can't wait for this because I'm pumped now.
Russia, they just, let's just say the team traveled with a pharmacy, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
WWF.
I believe that.
Bro, on the literally the WWF on steroids.
Did anyone ever see Icarus? Did they understand what happens in Russia?
Yeah. So, like I said, available. Yeah. So, like I said,
sorry, it took me a second to put that.
It's all good. Like I said, available now, all podcast platforms and YouTube. We have Joe TMD, Dr. Joseph Tamburrino, the plastic surgeon episode available. Highly recommend it. Fantastic show. Really, really good. And then next week, we have Eric Tangradi, ex-NHL hockey player, on the show. And honestly, like some of our best work, really, really good show. Really looking forward to it. Really good.
Hell yeah.
So, but let's keep it moving. All right. So, okay. So as you all listening, all you people watching on YouTube can tell this, but you people listening can't. We are down one normal player right now, and that is Jalen Dubb, Justin Richardson. Why? What can we talk about? Why he's not here? Strong stem. Any words?
Nah, I mean, I fucking, I'm considered an old head in my fucking neighborhood. I thought I'd raise these fucking kids better, and you know what? Sometimes people surprise you. This fucking guy, and I'm a little too emotional to speak on it now, but it will come out. And this fucking guy, I'm not too sad to not see his face tonight.
Okay, very good. Liam, your thoughts on Justin not being here?
I mean, I've known Justin for a long time, longer than a lot of people. And, sometimes you think you know a guy and he ends up just being a tall fucking jerk. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. And he's not even that tall.
Yeah, fuck you and your 6'2" ass or whatever you are.
He is not 6'2".
He's 6'1", I guess.
Yeah, I would say he's 6'1". But we had a whole tiff about the recording last night because I'm 5'11". All right, I'm 5'11", and he's trying to say I'm not, and I am, and he's Mr. Tall Guy over there apparently. Jeez,
Yeah, another reason to suck it. Oh, no, I'm still emotional. Well, yeah, right.
Yeah, but either way, Justin is no longer wants to be on, nor is he invited to be on by you two on the Friday show. So that's it. Little war starting to brew here.
Stick to your little full episode shit.
Yeah. Do your stay
your long style format, buddy, with your fucking gay questions.
Yeah, and smoke your devil's lettuce and your fucking cheese balls.
Yeah, and your fake.
Yeah, and your flat wings.
Yeah, eat your flat wings like a fucking sophisticated queer.
Oh, Liam, no comment on the flat wings?
You know what? I might even start eating because of this. I might even start eating drumsticks. I might leave flats behind. That's how upset. That's how fucking pissed I am right now.
What about Godfather Part 2? Anything there?
I was number 2.
All right, nice.
I don't think we had I don't think I agreed on that.
So the saga to be continued, I guess. J-Dub.
And just know, J-Dub, look around when you walk outside.
Yeah, watch out. Watch your 6. Not for me. I'm a neutral party. I'm on both shows, and I love everybody. I'm just trying to keep the peace, guys. But when people are upset, they're butting heads. Maybe we just gotta see where it goes. But either way, let's keep it moving. I want to talk a little recommendation, and we're gonna start with you, Lasmeeshma.
So I don't know if you guys have Apple TV.
I've stolen it from a fan of the show, listener of the show, and great friend of the show, Dave Bowers. Sorry I interrupted you, Liam. Please keep going.
It's cheap. It's only $4, but
Right after Matt does that spiel, we find out he's a fucking jerk.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Sorry, dude.
Well, don't you have to have an Apple account?
Oh, maybe that's why, because I have an iPhone.
That's why. I'm Android, so I don't,
You're a weirdo.
Well, so there's this show called Blackbird.
Oh, is that the one with Taron Egerton?
Is that his name? Yeah, he plays Jimmy King.
Who cares?
It's Ray Liotta's last. It was the last thing Ray Liotta filmed.
Wait, is Ray Liotta dead?
Yeah,
he is
motherfucker.
dead. Yeah.
What? Where was I?
Died.
Oh, damn! Really?
Yeah,
anyway, tell me about this, Liam.
Ray Liotta plays. He's not the main character, but he's a retired cop. His son plays this. His son plays this guy who. He runs drugs and guns. He gets caught, and you know what I mean? Like, he thinks, he's just going to plead out, whatever, get 5 years. But then they throw the book at him. He gets 10 years. But then they offer him a deal. There's this, like, fucked up serial killer, but he's smart, and he's like, you know what I mean? It seems like he's always one step ahead of the cops. And the guy, Jimmy Keene, the main character, the gun runner and everything, they realize that he's like, a real likable guy. That's how he's gotten by. Like, his whole life, He's got connections and everything. Like just other criminals like shine to him and stuff and everything. So they tell him, like, listen, you don't want to do the 10 years. If you can get this guy to tell us where these bodies are, you can walk out today.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, once you get the location of this body, you're out of jail today. Dude, and it's based on a true story.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I like that.
They released 3 episodes so far, and dude, it is the best thing on TV right now.
Hell yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I saw the preview.
Awesome.
Yeah, I saw the preview and I was like, fuck, I want to see that. I might steal it. Dude, because I stole it to watch Lasso, because Ted Lasso I fucking loved.
Yeah,
but
the man.
No, Lasso is great. But dude, I really want. Plus, I really liked Taron Egerton. Right? He was the dude in Kingsguard, right? That dude.
I don't know if I've seen Kingsguard.
Oh, you should. Awesome movie.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Kingsman.
Kingsman. Oh yeah, maybe he is in that. But so the guy that's playing Larry Hall, the killer, dude, he's so fucking creepy and weird. And he's like, he does these like he has these like mutton chops because he does Civil War reenactments. And like, dude, and he like. I don't want to ruin it, actually. That's all I'll say, because he like kind of it's fucked up. It's like you can't tell if he's like fucking with them when he says certain things or he's not. You never know when he's telling the truth or he's not. He's so, dude, it's really like the show gets intense, man. And it's fucking good. It's
nice.
Good.
All right, I'm gonna try and check that out then. Because I remember seeing the preview for that, being like, fuck, I wish I could watch that. But damn, now I'm gonna try and get on that. That sounds awesome. Blackbird, right?
Yeah, it's called Blackbird.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell to the yes. Nice. Great recommendation, Liam. Great recommendation. Mm-hmm. Very nice. Strong stem. What do you got for a recommendation?
I guess because now I'm so fucking deep in this thing and I can't get enough of it. If you're not listening to our podcast or after this podcast, there's one by, like I was saying this before, Sammy the Bull Gravano, who was the underboss to John Gotti.
Yeah.
This, I can't get enough of it. This fucking, the stories this guy tells. He was on a couple Trump ones today. The one I was supposed to do was a Trump one. And he was talking about how, he goes, for all you people that say whatever you want to say about that man, there's one thing I'll tell you. He ain't no dummy. He said that motherfucker had ex-FBI agents all around him. He was one of the only guys in New York we could not shake down. Because you can't get near that motherfucker.
Wow.
And then when they did come to a deal with him, the one I was hearing today, and a bunch of guys got murdered, but that was the big scheme when they all got busted. They were when they were about to build the Trump Towers and they were knocking everything down to build room for the demolition. The Gambino family, which was run by John Gotti and obviously Sammy the Bull was the underboss, they had the contract for getting rid of the waste. And what they were doing was taking it to some guy in a hole in like Jersey and just dumping all this
I remember
toxic shit. And they got busted and they had to, like, it was a whole ordeal. But the way he, again, so you can say whatever you want, like the way, because the media fucks everything up, right? The media portrays people however they want. When you hear this guy talk and the way people still respect him to this day, for the way I always knew Sammy the Bull is the biggest rat there ever was. This guy is no rat. And he was the
Great
most
storyteller.
Incredible storyteller. And like from a, the whole thing is fucking wild to me. And it brings in a lot of Philly shit, which I always love. So you're just the episode today was about with Nicky Scarfo, how they all hated Gotti. Everybody hated Gotti and they all had to come to him.
And Steve, sometimes they'll fucking say you're a rat just because you're such a pain in their ass.
Yeah.
They know if they mark you as a rat, then like nobody will fuck with them.
Yep.
They'll get rid. They're basically trying to get the mob to fucking like take care of itself. You know what I mean? They want him out of the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And for those of you people who
I don't know,
I know they make it believe, you make everyone believe that it's not around, you don't see it anymore. But as a firsthand viewer, right? So I lived in South Philly for a long time. I'm down there. My girl at the time, her dad grew up there, blah, blah, told me not to go in this one bar, right? I saw it all the time. There's one bar on Shunks, like 15th and Shunks, called the Bear something, right? Some bullshit ass bar. Yeah. So, but there was always an Irish one down the street. I always went to that to get 6-packs. One night, that place, you know what? I was right over there. I was at her aunt's house with her. I'll go to this place, get a 6-pack. So I walk in there, no smoking signs everywhere. 3 guys, suits, cigars, right next to the no smoking sign, ripping giant stogies, right? So the bartender walks up and I can tell in his face, he's genuinely confused at why I'm even fucking in there, right? I'm dressed like an asshole. I got a backwards fitted on, fucking shorts. Everybody else dressed nice. This guy looks at me like I'm a fucking retard. So he looks at me and he's like, "Can I help you?" I said, "Yeah, can I get a 6-pack of Bud Light?" He was like, "Okay." So he turns around, right? And he's like looking for where beer is. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Mind you, I've been told, stay out of this, right? Yeah. Guys from that neighborhood told me to stay out of this place.
But that's exactly the place you wanted to be as soon as you heard that.
It's like telling me not to touch the stove, right? So her dad was like, it's been this way since I'm fucking 60. It's been this way since I was 2 years old. Do not go in there, right? I'm like, no problem. So I go in. The guy goes, I put a 20 on the bar. The guy looks down at it, takes it and looks at me and goes, thanks. Walks away. I was like, I guess I just paid. And mind you, in South Philly, it's like 1970. So like the other corner bar, it's like $6 for a 6-pack of Bud Light. Yeah. This guy took my 20 and said, thanks, and just walked out. I was like, loud and clear, I get it. Yeah, don't ever come back. And it was like 5 Bud Lights and 1 Bud Heavy and a Heineken 6-pack carrier. I was like, what the fuck?
Damn, you're lucky you're allowed to leave. Well, for everybody listening, now joining the show is the one and only Benoit Pahoud.
What up? Say fresh haircut.
What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Doing good, baby. What's going on with Benoit Pahoud?
Yeah, I'm done mine. What you got for recommendation?
Well, no, let's talk about the Joe Tamburrino episode. What do you think of this week's show, Benoit Pahoud?
Dude, then, what a funny dude. The idea that he's
funny like a clown?
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's seen that movie. But
he sure did.
Yeah, J-Dub nailed it, man. Someone who's only ever seen Godfather 3, but not the first 2. I mean, there's got to be like 60 of those people on the planet. Yeah. Like I don't even know how that happened.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you were like, how was it? He was like, yeah, it was all right. I'm like, well, it was all right. Go back and watch the first 2, man. Come on.
Yeah. If you think that's all right, you're gonna love what happens before it.
Yeah. But he did say something that struck me too, is like I was never good at math. I'm shitty at math. Like I did the same thing, right? I wasn't interested in school, and I was like, I don't know, I can't do math. I told my parents, I'm just no good at math. And then I got to a point where I was like, later in life, I'm like, I wish I took a lot more math. Everything is fucking math. Everything is numbers. And I read this book years ago, and it was about how like most, I think it was maybe the Egyptians were the first ones to create zero.
Okay.
Because math was initially used to like, I have this many sheep, I have this many cows, I have this many children. There was no reason to ever have to quantify zero.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like
you can't have nothing. Yeah.
You can't have nothing, right? And the whole book is about how like math is actually closer to a philosophy than it is a science. And I was like, well, if somebody would have fucking told me that in 4th grade, I would have been way more interested in it. Like,
yeah, you would have been actually listening for the times tables. It would be great.
Wait, who said it's more like a philosophy instead of a science? I would disagree with that wholehearted.
No.
It's not a science. I mean, it's not a science. It's what
are you talking about? Like everything we figure out in life, like when everything else goes through like a mathematical formation.
But
that's how they get through.
Dude, but the philosophy of zero Zero doesn't exist. Everything in science
That's one
exists.
thing, but I'm saying everything else. I don't agree.
But it stems off of that. That's what they're saying.
Read my lips. Fuck you, buddy.
All right, because you don't know an answer, you say fuck you. All right,
here's what math is, right? Math is a system that humans have created to compare things. It's essentially what it is, right? We had to figure out a way to have we're adding, we're subtracting, we're dividing, we're multiplying. We created, right? So it's like biology is biology, right? A heart beats because electricity pumps through it. We can study that. We can see that, like that. That's a thing, right? Chemistry is whatever it is. You combine these molecules with these things, you get this property. Like we can test it, we can look at it, we can whatever. Math is just a language that humans created so they could make comparisons and understand things. It's not a true truth of the universe. It's just what we decided. Like it's like deciding there's 24 hours in a day. I looked at math like it was this hard technical system that I was never going to understand. And if someone explained to me
completely agree with
that it was just about creating relationships and understanding relationships, I would have been way more into it and not just kind of brushed it off my whole life. Like, I don't know, I'm good at reading books and writing papers, so I don't need math, and I'm not that good at it anyway. I don't really give a shit about it. Like,
yeah.
It literally will help everything I'm trying to do on a day-to-day basis.
My last
now.
small argument is my uncle was an astronomical engineer, right? The fucking guy who went to the space.
He was an astronaut, right?
Now, remember, this guy used math to realize how quick things are coming, how you can get away, how to get out of this atmosphere without smoke. That's all real shit, right? That's a science. That math is science, correct?
But it's based off of a philosophy.
But you have to know, okay, I'll take that answer. It's an explanation. But
I should have been an astronaut.
There's a certain speed you have to go to get through here to get up to there. And you have to figure that out with math.
And you measure it in units that we created, right? We weren't given them by the universe. We created them.
There wasn't a tablet that we came down on. Was like, here is math.
But not the actual part of it. Like,
correct.
Math is real. All the bullshit we put to it is verbiage. But math is solid shit.
Well, the relationships make sense.
I don't care what you want to call it. I don't care if you call it miles per hour. You want to call it how far your balls fall from your knee to your ankle. It doesn't matter. But there's the exact known thing. You have to do this to do that. And math explains that.
But when you look at a couple, right? If you're in a couple, that's two, right? So that's a philosophy that you're in a couple, right? And a couple is two. You're a couple, right? But then there's a few, and then there's some more, right? Those are all considered numbers.
Polygamy?
Listen,
I'm sorry, you lost me. I heard titties earlier with Tamburrino. Now you're talking about more than one broad. You can't
working
Moving
perspective.
on. God damn.
This is the working perspectives brain trust.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring it back to earth though when we get to recommendations.
Fuck him. I've been in the heat for 15 hours. I showed up. Fuck you.
Whatever. All right. Argumentative Steve's here tonight. What else did you think about the Joe Tamburrino?
I took one to the face like a queer.
Okay, great.
Oh,
what?
A metal mini cock hit me in the face.
Wouldn't be the fifth time that happened. But
now that number does not exist.
Now I
agree with you. Now I agree. Yeah.
All right, Bern, what else did you think about the Joe Tamburrino episode?
No, just a grinder, man. Just a guy who's like, I don't know how to do this. Oh, I'm gonna go do this. Actually, you know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna go do this. Actually, my brother Mike's in PA school right now, and he's just like, I wish I just fucking committed when I was like 23. I'd be a fucking doctor. Like for the amount of weird jobs I've had at different schools I've gone to, got a tech degree. Now he's like, had I just known and had confidence in myself, like, you know what? Actually, fuck that. I'm gonna go do that. I loved him. I loved him talking about like, because when I went back to school, it's because I wanted to, and I had something to learn, and I did well.
Yeah.
And I liked him talking about how like I was a 0.67 GPA in accounting, which is almost impossible to do. And then
0.067
or something like that. And then within a year, he was mad because there was some guy in his anatomy class, which is historically one of the hardest classes to take, who was 2 points ahead of him. And he was like furious about it. And like, what a difference a year makes, man. Just when you kind of focus in and are like, you know what? I actually want to do this. I'm curious about this. I say all the time, I tell my son, I'm like, you want to be nice, you want to be tough, you want to be strong, just be curious. If you just stay curious your whole life, you're going to lead an interesting life. You're going to meet interesting people. You're going to do cool shit. You're going to have perspective. Yeah. And I thought he was just a great example of that, man. Like just a dude who was like, oh, you know what? Actually, I am just as good, if not better than all these people. And now I'm going to show it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just did.
Yeah. Yeah. Found it. That's the big thing too. Like I really like too that it kind of pushed back against. We've talked about this before about how like curriculum, like an elementary, middle school curriculum, can make you feel like you're stupid or not as smart as other people. But I like
bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've been told, I was like, oh, you got learning disabilities like your whole life. I was like, I don't think I have learning disabilities. I think you have shitty stuff to learn. Right?
100%.
Like I'm not reading Confessions of Charlotte Doyle and doing a book report because you think it's a good idea. You know what I mean? Like all that shit, like, no, I didn't want to do that. And no, I didn't do that. And that's, like, oh, you can't read this book? No, I can't. You wanna know why? Because it fucking sucks.
And no, I'm not fucking using
the spider and the pig in the fucking barn. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about them.
Yeah.
And you're using it in your life when right now. Like, when the fuck did that help you do anything?
I understand I need to know how to read, but
I will say though, as a fellow, like when I was junior in high school, I had a thyroid problem that I didn't know about for a long time. So while I was like a junior in high school, I was like 6'1", $145, right? Just
I've seen pictures.
And so I remember I went, my neighbor, this guy's 2 years younger than me. I was a sophomore in high school. He was in 8th grade. He was going to play football. Now, the Smitto. Matty Smitto. So Smitto right now is probably 6'5", 280. You know what I mean? He's a way bigger dude. Was going to be a big hoss. But I remember he and I going to the gym. We went to this gym. It was his dad worked in a building and they had a gym there and we got to use it. So we would go there and they had this little spark plug, this little trainer, this little chick Gina. We'd go there like in the summers. We were young kids. She'd be like, let me help you out, guys. What do you need? And
fat ass on this broad? Fat ass on this broad?
She was like 5'1" height wise and probably like 4'9" width wise. You know what I mean? Like the lower half was
ready to
go.
Breed.
Yeah.
Ready to
childbearing hips.
Ready to do hurdles or long jump or something. And we went the whole summer and me and this kid started working out and we were about the same size. And 3 months later, he's racking way more than I am. And I'm like, we are coming here together at the same time every day. We are doing the same routine. Like we are, and 3 months later, he's put on 15 pounds of muscle and I'm still scrawny. And I was like, well, fuck the whole thing. Like, and so then I ended up just like lifting for soccer, which was just like trying not to blow your hamstrings. Like all you're doing is stretching and doing leg shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, and he ended up playing football in college. But it was like, whatever the difference in our chemistry. So I hear him that story, like, so then I put on 40 pounds of muscle in a year. And I was like, oh, fuck you, dude. Seriously?
Yeah.
So I just lifted for 2 years and I got smaller. Like,
with a little friend named Annabelle.
Yeah. I mean, that's 40 in a year. I don't know. I feel like if he did it, he would have said it. He didn't seem to be too shy, you know?
No, if you're younger, you can put on muscle quickly. But anything over like 30 years old, if you're making anything over 10 pounds of muscle, you're lying.
Yeah, it's all cooked.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
Well, that testosterone, you know,
at like
when you're in high school,
you could do it.
When you're in high school too, that testosterone is just going like this.
Yeah.
After 30, it's a little bit of a slower.
Yeah, we starting to go down.
Yeah.
That's stuff.
But anyway. Yeah, great episode. If I ever need my tits done, I know where to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he gives you a vision.
Or if you want calf implants.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh no, dude, that's Maddie.
He's got some great quiches, baby.
I got great calves, man. Great calves.
That's one thing you want. They'd use him as a model for some quiches.
Yeah, my calves suck.
I got some decent calves.
So I
fucking work on my feet all day, every day for 10 hours a day.
Fucking rope, man. Saw that fucking jumping rope.
All the Podcasties have the same calves. You've described them as what, Maddie?
You got them bowling pin calves?
Them bowling pin calves, baby.
Nice. So, dude.
Everything else is shit and soft, but my calves look
Matt
okay.
also wears girls' underwear and calls it shorts when we did our fucking softball or whatever the fuck that was, Rainbow Road.
Oh.
She came out with mid-thigh biker shorts on. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
I was camera ready, is what I was. Those
he
things.
was like, you see how big my thighs are? You would wear these too. I go, every time I look at him, it's like looking at the sun, dog. They're so white. I can't see it.
There's nothing whiter than a pale guy's like inner thigh, you know, like I can actually see my blood flowing through my veins right now. I'm like pulling my shorts up and look down. Like it's not a good look.
Suck. Tommy Romeo, we just laughed. Tommy right now, when he goes into the summer, Liam knows this. He turns Dominican immediately. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This kid's
my boy
size
Richie.
for Elmer's glue, yo. When you pulled up his, you're like, holy shit, I didn't know there was white skin on you.
Dude, he could pass as like he could pass like down
as
South
a
America. I swear to God, dude. I swear to God.
Dude, I honestly, speaking of Road to Rainbow Road, we do need to come up with a live event soon because that needs to happen. Another live event. But let's keep it on moving. Okay, so Bern, thanks for that. And like I said, available now on all podcast platforms and YouTube. Joe Tamburrino episode, check it out. Bern, we talked about him. He's not here tonight. Justin, J-Dub Richardson, Jalen Dub, your thoughts?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what's up? J-Dub?
Yeah.
Great dude. Funny guy. I wish his show the best. You know, whatever they're doing over there, it's great. It's cute. It's adorable. Really holds it down. I love his question segment. What was the one he asked this week that fucking knocked my dick in the dirt?
What, the Kool-Aid Man, Jolly Green Giant, or Mr. Peanut?
Yeah, like one is gonna protect you and two are gonna kill you. And I'm like,
it's only
that was the most shred question ever. This kid apparently works off of a low frequency. One's a giant, one's a fucking peanut.
I love Tom's comment though. He's like, well, unless Jolly Green Giant and Kool-Aid Man have a peanut allergy, he's fucking useless. This guy,
I like the phrasing. I've never heard a question quite. It's like, you've heard like the fuck, marry, kill variety, or like this. I've never heard the here's three dudes. Two are trying to kill you and one's going to protect you. Who do you take? Yeah. Like, that was just
Damn, what was other?
I would love to ask it with like something else. Like you have Wolverine, Batman, and whoever.
1986. Schwarzenegger from Predator.
Stallone
from Rambo.
And fucking what's his name from Die Hard?
John McClane from Die Hard.
Bruce Willis, yeah.
John McClane from Die Hard.
Wow. And one's got to protect you while the other two try to kill you.
Damn,
where are we? Because if we're outside or if we're in an office building, I have very different answers.
Yes, I agree. I agree with
the
thought process.
Yeah, because
Stallone.
Stallone.
If you're outside, you have to take either Stallone or Schwarzenegger. You need a jungle guy on your side. You can't go against two jungle guys.
Yep.
If you're in a building, I think Arnold is a little less stealth, but Stallone, like that Rambo character, still would have cut through those fucking Germans.
That was kind of stupid on the roof.
McClane's gonna be in the vents, dude.
Yeah. They're not gonna know what hit him in an office building.
I would definitely go McClane.
You don't want to see John McClane in a cubicle.
Anyway, love J-Dub, love him to death, miss him. Best of luck on the JV show, and we'll just keep it rolling.
JV show.
Yep.
It's got potential.
JV
it can make varsity.
Show.
It's got potential.
Hey Matt, just so I heard that giant wow. How'd the last week go between the two, huh? Who had the more fucking Jimmy Jams?
Well, if you are comparing likes, last week the Talisa Samano episode had 11 likes. And the Working Perspectives podcast Weekend Poppin' from July 15th, 2022 had 12 likes.
Yeah, motherfucker! Yeah, get the fuck out of here!
You know what? I take it back. Math is real. I take it back.
Math is real.
Math is real.
Math just got really real right there. Math just got really real. Wow.
12 is more than 11. That's for sure.
Wow, 12 is more than 11. That is true. So nice. Well, very good. Very good. Like that. Yep. Shout out. And then Benoit, what do you have for recommendation?
Let me ask really quick. What'd you guys recommend?
Liam recommended the show Blackbird on Apple TV. And then
I have not watched that.
Oh, I want to so bad. And then Steve recommended the Sammy Guevara podcast.
Gravano.
Shit. Why did I say Guevara?
I have no idea.
Yeah. So Sammy Gravano podcast. Sammy the Bull. Yeah.
Our thing.
Oh wait, I want to add the character from The Wire. Remember Bunny, the guy who made Amsterdam?
Oh, yeah.
He's in it too.
Bunny Coleman?
Yeah, he's the prosecutor.
Woo! Shout out Bunny Coleman.
Right?
That dude's awesome. He's
awesome.
All right. So last time I did a recommendation, I thought when you brought it up, we're going to do it the following week. So I was a little caught off guard. So I had reread one of my favorite books and I threw that out there.
Yeah.
I get it. Not everyone's into like Japanese literary prize winning metafiction. So this week I'm going to shout out a dirty, grimy, super fun hip hop artist from Minneapolis named Prof. He is a white guy. He is very funny. He can sing. He's been grinding for about 12 years. He's got some good shit on YouTube, including like an in-studio 45-minute jam. He's like funnier than Eminem, but more real than like it's funny, but it's not a joke. You know what I mean?
Does he have like a mustache?
Shaved head,
just
mustache.
shaved head with a I know who he is. He is funny.
But he can actually sing too. So I ended up listening to a couple mixtapes, and like the guy's actually really talented, and also constantly rhyming about his dick and getting drunk on Jameson and marrying women, and I just want to go the other direction. Prof out of Minneapolis.
Does he
someone
have,
I found
like,
recently.
You know how like if you're from Chicago, it's like you call it Chi-Town. You know what I mean? Or if you're from Los Angeles, like LA. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're from Philadelphia, you call it Philly. Like, does Minneapolis have like a nickname like that?
Or if you're
like,
from Boston, you call it Beantown.
Yeah. If you're from St. Louis, you call it the Lou.
You call it Chucksville.
If you're from Florida, you call it fucking crazy.
Yeah. If you're from Atlanta, you call it Hotlanta. Yeah. Apparently, Atlanta, it's 77-1 female to men. So
yeah, and they're all lesbians. I've been there a bunch of times. A lot of gays in Atlanta.
Really? Oh.
It's the gay capital of America.
I thought if my wife ever dumped me, then I could go down there and have better odds. But
and bang it, dude.
Yeah, maybe that'll. I mean, you know, who knows?
Hey, everyone's got to try everything, right?
Yeah,
banging dude.
So
anyway,
okay.
check out Prof PROF. Just hit up the YouTube. Just watch like the first 2 or 3 videos you see. They'll probably be good, and if you're into it, check them out. But real shit, funny white guy, but not a poser. You know, It doesn't strike me as inauthentic in any way. And he's not like good looking or, you know, big or like has a strong soul. He's not something like like, do you see the home run derby? They had some like TikTok star come out and do the national anthem, and people were like, it was terrible. It was terrible because he was singing live. He's been singing on a fucking phone forever. So there's a million things you can do. But this kid was like a 20-year-old kid. They brought him out and he just like, he fucking tanked it, man. It's like, all right, well, you guys didn't want to hear him sing live. You know what I mean? Get some idea of his vibe. Like,
maybe listen to it first before you
listen to it.
Dive in there. Wow, that bad? Huh?
Prof, check out. It was bad. Wow. My recommendation is not to listen to that kid tank a national anthem. He'll never beat Fergie. He'll never beat Fergie.
Fergie's was
that was the funniest one. Well, and it was the All-Star game. She didn't know in NBA. She didn't know the words, and the players were just openly laughing.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like they couldn't contain themselves.
Give her a break. She used to smoke crack and snort coke off dudes' dicks. So
and she's banged every member of the Black Eyed Peas.
Hell yeah,
several times.
She sounds pretty cool to me.
Yeah,
I know. I'm kind of in. I agree.
She's
fan of the show, listener of the show.
She's married to Josh Duhamel, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this guy sang Conan Gray. Is that his name? The dude?
Correct.
All right.
And when you name your kid Conan and then he ends up looking like this, it was not what you had intended. You know?
That's tough.
He looks like 11th grade me with long hair. You know what I mean? Like not
definitely built like a dot.
Right. It's like there's a kid in my son's preschool or whose name is Adonis. And I was like,
you ain't no Greek god, young bull.
Yeah.
Can I ask, is he white or black?
He's white.
White name Adonis? You're
It is a Greek name, you fuck.
Yeah. No, it is. I'm just saying it puts pressure. Like if you name your kid Jeeves, he's probably going to be a fucking butler, you know?
No, but Adonis Creed was the name of Apollo Creed's son, right?
Yeah, and it was one fucking movie. That doesn't take away from the heritage of the real life name.
Right. Of a Greek god that didn't exist.
Oh, now you're saying Greek gods don't exist?
Oh my God. No, they're a philosophy, just like math is.
You don't think Nike was running around on the water with the shoes with the wings? Come on.
God damn. Argument
shoes with the wings.
You're exhausted. All right. Keep it. Okay. So either way, great recommendation, Bern. We'll check it out. Your book, Or no, the rapper
No,
Prof.
no,
Prof
this
the
is
rapper.
Fucking listening.
This is
I
to
did.
even it out.
I did download your
He's
book.
got a book. I'm listening to Renano.
I haven't started it yet, but because I'm still finishing another one, but I'm excited to start.
It's an incredible piece of fiction. But yeah, check out Prof. He's grimy. Nice. He's funny.
Nice.
I definitely smoke an L with him.
Wouldn't we all? Okay. Well, to keep it moving, my recommendation. With anyone, so. Yeah. Well, yeah, sure. Duh, obviously. But my recommendation for this week is the show Alone. It's on Netflix right now. It's a History Channel show. They take 10 people, you're allowed 10 items, and then they put you in the wilderness, and they're like deep in the wilderness where it's cold and they got no food.
Little place called the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. They're way out there.
Are they together or are they all
separate? No, they're all separate. And the thing, like, title. Yeah, they have to be. Yeah, they're alone. They're allowed to bring 10 items. Everyone brings like a saw knife, a bow and arrow, a couple other things, like a bucket, all this stuff. Starter. Yeah.
Flint, some rope.
And they're all like experienced kind of outdoors people. You know what I mean?
And but they got to outlast everyone?
Exactly. Yeah. Whoever lasts the longest wins. The area they're at is the like highest population of grizzly bears.
Yeah, they're on Kodiak Island.
God. Yeah, they're like
the new season are on Kodiak Island. But the best part, Matt, is tell them how they let you know when other people quit.
Yeah. That's the other thing. That's the other thing. So you're out there like wondering like shit.
So you don't know.
Yeah, you're like, I bet this person's caught so many fish. You know what I mean? And they're like,
you're the last dickhead out there, and you're staying out there for an extra 4 months for no fucking reasons. You don't know everybody else.
That's incredible.
Won.
Yeah.
Well, then you're really gonna find your limit. You know what I mean? Yeah. You'll truly find your limit that way.
Dude, but they're living off they're all living off they're picking the ground dry. Anything you can eat. They're eating bugs. They're all they had to wait 45 days before they could use a drill net or something to catch fish. So then they had to hand make these nets. They built their own shelters, which some of them are pretty badass, like the shelters they built. But yeah, it's all about food and don't think about your family.
How many seasons?
I think this is maybe the 8th season that they've had.
There's that much of it?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
that's fucking baller, dude.
Dude, and they're showing them the one episode, there was two bears 20 feet away from this guy, and they don't get weapons. All they get is an air horn and bear spray.
Well, some of them bring.
Can they bring a weapon?
Yeah, well, everyone brings knives. Everyone brings an axe. Everyone brings a saw. Everyone brings a spear.
I want a spear.
One guy made a spear, but if you're out you don't carry it with you all the time. You don't carry your bow and arrow with you all the time. If you're running to the fishing hole or whatever, and you have to keep your cooking spot separate from your camp spot. And if you don't build a shelter where you can have a fire in the shelter, you're done. You are done.
Not to spoiler alert. It's not the one on Netflix, but one of the prior seasons. I'll never forget this. The one bull was the strangest, oddest dude I ever met. The second I heard him talk, I was like, oh, he's winning. Because he was everyone else was I'm going to miss my daughter and my uncle and my family. This guy was like, fuck that. I got nothing. He was like, this is great. Yeah. This guy built a 7-room condo out there. And they were like, hey, it's over. You won. He was like, yeah, all right, I'm going to stay here, though. They were like, no, you don't get it. The production's over. He's like, cool, go home. Yeah. I'm chilling here.
Yeah.
They were like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Yeah. You're it's been 3 years, buddy. Now. Yeah, we've run out of SD cards.
This is my home.
I'm the president.
Yeah,
but you don't know that?
But what they'll do if you want off, they're all given a GPS radio for emergencies, right? So if you want off the show, you have to radio in and say, I'm officially tapping out.
Yeah, Mayday, I'm a hoe.
Yeah, there's some people, but dude,
what happens if somebody pushes it too far? If someone
that's
dying of thirst or exhaustion.
They do a medical check.
Yeah. Right.
And if you don't respond to the medical check in a certain amount of time, they go to your campsite.
Okay.
And then they can judge. One girl this season got kicked off because she almost got frostbite. And then they were like, yo, we're not keeping you here anymore. You haven't eaten. You're fucking not warm. Yeah. You're going.
Yeah,
and she's
you're going to die.
And they had to carry her off because she was that fucked up. Like,
let her lose her foot and hook her up with your boy Tamburrino. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I said. But they got dude, it's pretty honestly. I don't know. There's been like a couple like Life Below Zero. I've watched and like Alone. Like these shows are pretty cool. The way they come up with shit.
Afraid.
I didn't watch that one
Naked
yet.
and Afraid I was aware of. That was what I was trying to think of. I was like, there was a show where people used to get dropped off outside
Naked and Afraid.
Right? And they just have to hang out. Yeah.
And apparently no one fucks in that. Okay.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I doubt that.
But so
she's like, a bear's coming. I'm like, we're dying.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm almost done.
Also,
I hear a tiger. She's like, we're in Arkansas. I'm like, it's a tiger.
Also, don't be alarmed. Mosquitoes have been biting my nutsack all day, so it doesn't usually look like that. You know what I mean? Like,
my nuts are here.
Yeah, it's the mosquitoes, I tell you.
Yeah. So the recommendations for this week were Liam has Blackbird available on Apple Plus. Strong Sam has the Sammy the Bull Gravano podcast, which is available on everything. Benoit Podcasy is recommending the rapper Prof. And then I am recommending the show Alone, which is available on Netflix. So nice. Great recommendation, guys. I bet Justin couldn't have come up with any better recommendations. Am I right?
Yeah, not
like
likely.
a glizzy dipped in mayo.
Yeah.
All right. So very nice. Well, we're coming towards the top of time. So before we get out of here, Benoit Podcasy, anything you want to say to the Podcasy faithful before we get out of here?
No, just stay hydrated this weekend. It's going to be like 100 degrees for like the next 6 days, and it's going to kind of suck outside.
We're in the dead dick of July.
Exactly. So let's just put our heads down and get through the next couple of weeks, because I think it's going to suck really hard this weekend.
Yeah.
I was looking at shit to do with my kids, and I was like, we can't go outside. Like, I get the boy out for a little bit. Can't get the baby out.
No.
And then it's like, well,
Well,
so
what are you gonna do? No, I'm with you. What, like, do you remember? Did you have air conditioning as a kid when you were growing up?
When I was in middle school, my parents got a window unit in their room, and we used to sleep on the floor of their room in the summer.
Yeah.
But I was probably in like 7th or 8th grade before that happened.
Yeah, same.
Otherwise, you would just sit there with the window fan. But yeah, once my parents we got one window unit, and then they would sleep in the bed, and me and my brothers would sleep on the floor.
Yeah, same. We didn't have any air conditioning, and it was only just like a fan, and it was like, I would beg like my buddies who had central air. I'm like, hey, can I sleep here for the next couple weeks? Yeah. Like, this is fucking awful. You know what I mean? So yeah, dude, not air conditioning back in the day in the middle of summer. Ugh.
I hated it, dude. We never had it.
It was awful.
Also, shout out to the Quad, the main housing for sophomores at Villanova, Sullivan Hall and Sheehan Hall. When I was there, didn't have air conditioning.
Ooh.
So it was like, I don't know what tuition was. It was probably like 30 G's.
Yeah, enough.
Yeah.
No AC. No AC.
Damn.
No AC. I remember
enough to put a fucking mini split in every single dorm, in every single room.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I remember me and Gallagher just like taking because we had bunk beds or whatever, because you're dorming up. I just remember us like taking our mattresses down to like the floor and being like, we have to be as close to this fucking shitty cold tile as we can. Like,
the floor is colder.
I mean, first world problems, but I look back on it now and I'm like,
that's every world problems. That shit sucks.
No AC, huh?
Sleeping in the heat sucks balls. No question.
It was just because it was they were like my freshman year, it wasn't great, but like it was like a hotel room. You had a little like fucking thing over by the window and you can kind of play with it. The windows didn't open. And then Sullivan, Sheehan sophomore year, they were older buildings. So the windows did open, but there was no it was freezing in the winter and fucking balls hot. Thankfully, we were never there like in July, like we were gone by then. But
so nice. All right. Well, very good. So let's keep it on moving. Lasmeeshma, anything you want to say to Lasmeesh Nation before we get out of here?
Yes. Life is like a sandwich. No matter what kind you want to make, you need bread.
Damn.
Can't argue with that.
Damn. I like that one. Great shit, Lasmeesh. Strong Sam, anything you want to say to the Colts of Cabot before we get out of here?
I do, and I'm a giant asshole. I always talk shit, but this is serious. I really mean this from the bottom of my heart. Okay. Shout out to my niece and my brother. They went down to the US AAA U14 Nationals this weekend, and my fucking nieces and my brother's team won the national title.
Oh my God! Oh, shout out! Shout out!
It was a 5-day weekend down there. They played 9 games. They won every single one, all the way through the only undefeated team at Nationals.
Fuck yeah!
Got these giant gold rings they gave them, a huge glass plaque, some big giant banner that my brother has now. But for like, I'll say this: my brother's put in a ton of work with these girls, right? Like, sent them to everything you can imagine. That's just not even softball. Sent these girls to strength and agility training with Kevin Zeblum to teach them how to be faster, be more athletic. And all these parents were always like, oh my God, he's doing this, he's doing that. You know how the fucking rumbles go.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When something like this happens, they're like, oh, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. There's no more questioning Coach Tony.
No. So shout out to my brother, my niece, and all their team. I love those girls, and it was awesome for them. It was awesome for them to do that. And they were a 6th seed going in too. So they weren't even like
they weren't even a favorite.
Out of 38 teams, they were the 6th seed going in.
And they cleared the board. Also,
they won the whole thing. So
damn, that's
I had to work.
Awesome.
Now, did I work the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday last week by myself in this place? I did, but I did it for my niece. And I would have been pissed off if they didn't win. Instead, they called me, and it makes it all worth it. Worth it.
That's awesome, dude. Great, dude. Honestly, I remember speaking to your brother about how passionate he is about the softball. And it's awesome to see, like, he is so passionate about it, works so hard. I'm so happy to see, like, the success. Does Chelsea Myers' daughter play for his team?
No, I think she, I don't know if she's on 14U. She might be 12U.
Okay. I thought she paid. But also, I remember talking to your brother about this, and I fucking love this, right? He told me this because I had asked him the question that I asked to Lisa Simano. I was like, do you think there's more lesbians in softball or whatever? And he told me, he's like, they're all 13-year-old girls or whatever. So he's like, they're talking in the dugout, saying all this shit about who's what, and I'm this, and I'm that, and all this thing. And he told me he sat all the kids down in front of all the parents. And he's like, look, he's like, I don't care if you're gay, you're straight, you're bi, you're trans, you're this, you're that, whatever. He's like, I don't care.
Run out your singles. Run out your singles.
He's like, I don't care. But when you're on this field and in this dugout, you're a softball player. And that's the bottom line.
Enforcers.
Yeah, that's the bottom line. When you're on this field and in this dugout, it's all softball. You're a softball player. There's none of that bullshit going on. You can do whatever you want out of here, but when you're here to play, and you're here to be. Exactly. I was like, damn, that's the fucking. I can't wait to get him on the show.
Steve, you should go find that coach from like 2 months ago who was celebrating too hard on the other side. Just beat the shit out of him. Just let him know. Just whip him with the medal.
And funny enough, that same dickhead, the team they beat to win the national title, I think, I could be fucking.
Shut the fuck up.
Wait.
It wasn't them. They weren't that good. But it was a Delaware team. He was a Delaware team, so fuck you, Delaware.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Go smoke some chode in the party zone.
Yeah, fuck Delaware anyway with your 3 counties.
Yeah, you're
fucking Johnny DuPonts.
With your Fortune 500 companies, suck
with your billionaire shooting wrestlers, you strunzas. Nah, but dude, that's awesome. Shout out. Congratulations to the Enforcers, Coach Tony. East North Enforcers. That's incredible. Awesome. So proud of them. That's awesome. Love that they can bring it back to this area.
What's next? They're going to
They're going to go to Japan? They're going to go to Japan like the bad.
That's what the parents are teasing my brother about. They're like, now what? You fucking retire? Like, I mean, what do? You call it quits, right?
Dude, you got to at least play Canada.
He's going to be coaching softball for the rest of his life now. You kidding me? The Enforcers are going to become a brand around here. You win a national title around here, your team is done. Like, you're going everywhere.
How's their merch, Steve? How's their merch? You know, they might be time to upgrade. Right now, they might need a little logo, little merch. You know,
we get your uncle involved. Next thing you know, we're the fucking Dansbury Trashers.
Oh, dude, He would love it. Why not? Hell yeah.
A&A, little softball, we out here.
Yeah, what we doing? Hey, what we doing over here? Nice. All right, love it. Well, speaking of enforcers, this has been another episode of the Working Perspectives podcast. I'm Matt Lavelle, accompanied today by Lasmeeshma, Liam Reese, Strong Stem, Steve Cabot, and Benoit Podcasy. You can find all our stuff and all our content and all podcast platforms on YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. You can also on Instagram, Work Perspectives Podcast, and you can join us on the Twitter and the TikTok at Working P Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workperspectives@gmail.com, and please like and subscribe so we can keep this party going. This has been another episode of the Work Perspectives Podcast. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend. Thanks. See you. And we're clear. Nice. Hey, real quick,
hey,
Bern.
can I run this through accounting? Can I get my $1.99?
Oh yeah,
back?
dude.
My fucking
Heinz
t-shirt, my Hanes t-shirt.
Send it to HR 608. Yeah.
Full effect.
No, real quick.
It's just an emotional moment. All right, can I go fucking shower?
Yeah, do whatever you got to do. We're gonna talk comics anyways.
I've been in this fucking thing. Oh, can I say one thing? Do you see how did anybody buy or listen to Andrew Schultz's?
No, is it good?
Not yet.
Oh my God. He went in so hard. It is stupid. Now it's still on sale for 12 more days. You get $15 and he gives you like a $15 credit to like some gambling site, whatever. But there was a reason why he went out on his own, because he said the abortion jokes are wild. He was like, every major network was like, oh no, you have to edit this. He was like, oh, I do? How about this?
He bought it back, right? Or
he
spent
all his money to buy it back. He spent every penny he had to buy it back.
Yep. And now he made a little thing on Instagram today. He was like, people keep asking me, hey, did you recoup your money? He goes, I made triple what I put out.
Oh!
He's like, and we got 12 days left. Thank you all this. I hope this shows other comics. I hope this shows other people. People just want real comedy. They don't want these jerk off logo name giant fucking people to tell you what to do. They want real comedy. He's like, for every little comic out there, this should let you know that you can do it on your own without these fuck.
Yeah. Even before that shit came out about Louis, he was already doing that.
Yep.
He figured out 8 years ago, like, whatever, I'll sell on my site. His first special he put out there, he was like, pay what you want.
Right.
And he made his money back in like 3 days.
Sorry.
You know?
You can go to momenthouse.com and you can get it from there.
For Schultz's special?
Schultz.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was good, Steve.
Schultz was the first one to show, like, even Rogan always tells me, he was the first one to like set up the YouTube thing, instead of, he just put out clips of his special at first, and people were like, I need to see this clip is fucking crazy. And then he kind of like built momentum all on YouTube. No fucking Netflix, no specials, no backing. Yeah, Schultze's got it down. He figured it out.
Yeah.
And he was born on the same day, the same year as me.
Dude,
he's a Mischief 1983 baby.
Really?
Mischief Night 1983, same as me.
That fucking Bob Isis commercial yesterday killed me. That was so fucking good. Come down here and buy a Toyota like a man.
I was dying when I saw that. Gillis is the man,
dude.
But we're good ISIS, not the shitty ISIS. We're the good ISIS.
Come down here and buy a Toyota, or I will blow myself up and everybody else.
I'll blow my fucking self up.
I will fucking kill myself.
I was dying.
Yeah. That was so good, dude.
Oh my God. Yeah, Gillis is the man. I didn't even realize in the beginning, when I already knew who he was, that I didn't realize he was a Philly guy until like a little bit into it. Gillis?
He's got to be, he's got to be.
He's in his mid-30s.
Okay.
He's like 34, 35.
We used to do this sketch comedy show. They did it every year in Philly. It was the filthiest sketch in Philadelphia. And I'm pretty sure he was part of a group, like, he was probably like in his early, I was in my mid-20s, late 20s. He was probably in his early 20s.
Yeah.
But I saw him and I was like, I maybe decided to do this show, because we used to do a lot of shows around Philly, like maybe some at Connie's Rick Rack, but then I was like, no, I think it was actually the filthiest sketch in Philadelphia. This sketch, one year, the group who won it, the Fico brothers, one of them just drank a bunch of Epicac and just puked in a bucket the entire time while the other one was trying to sell used cars. And then at the very end, no one saw them switch the buckets, and he threw out a confetti into the crowd, and everybody was just horrified.
That's awesome.
The best one we ever did was it was a glory hole sketch, right? This kid's like in high school, and he sits down to take a shit, and then a bunch of different dicks start coming through. But like the first one is like the first one is like his soccer coach when he was 6 who taught him how to play, and like the second one is like his favorite teacher ever, his 3rd grade teacher. And then by the end we had like this 18-inch monster, and we had our friend Moldy hand paint it. So like she painted the head, she painted the veins and stuff. And at the very end, we had to be like his grandfather. But like it just kept being people who were closer and more personal to him, trying to stick their dick in his mouth. And then two acts later, the Figo brothers came out and puked all over each other. We were like, well, we're not winning this one.
Yeah, we're out.
They got us here. This is incredible.
They got it. That's
but
hilarious.
I think he was. I feel like I recognized him, and it was from somewhere back then, either Filthy Sketch or like the Rick Rack or like Johnny Brenda's or like something.
Yeah, Johnny Brenda's a great spot.
And they used to have a comedy nights there.
Yeah, just the way that place is set up, like the way you like
it's perfect.
Stand over the stage. It's so sick.
Mm-hmm.
So like 1908, this shit is so sick.
Yeah, it was a great place to do like a comedy show because whoever's up there, the stage is big, so it like commands your respect.
Oh yeah,
a little bit.
And everything's like derived around it too. Like you're forced to look at it,
and everyone can see what's going on there.
Yeah.
So like there's like it's made to be like the only show. Like sometimes you go to a place and the stage is like against the back wall with a black curtain. And it's 10 by 12, and you're like, well, no one's paying attention. It's like we're doing a fucking puppet show over here, man. Like no one's paying attention to this shit.
Well, I'm going home to shower. You guys can talk about comics. I've had 13 hours in the heat. I was looking for every way to get out of this tonight, and I texted Matt a couple times to make sure there was enough of you guys on, and he didn't respond to one of them. And then when I got on, he tells me that his phone's fucked up. I was like, God damn it. Well, I'm here.
Oh, you know what I forgot to mention too? When the guest this week was talking about the fucking the car they moved, the Ford Fairlane. I know Steve has seen the Andrew Dice Clay movie, Ford Fairlane. Have any of you other guys seen that?
What is it called? Ford what?
It's called Ford Fairlane. Andrew Dice Clay is like a detective in like 1987. His name is Ford Fairlane, and it is fucking absurd. It is exactly what you think it is, and even more. It is one of like it's like Beverly Hills Cop on Ford Fairlane on like methamphetamine. It's ridiculous. I only remember just Dice doing his thing the whole time.
What show?
I only remember
what's
Ford Fairlane. Oh, I don't know what it's on right now. I mean, it's pretty much the only movie that Andrew Dice Clay was ever the lead in that released in theaters.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, as the lead. I remember seeing him in something where like he's in line, then he gets shot because somebody's robbing a store, and then he's like talking shit to the devil. You know what I mean? Telling him he has a big fucking head.
Oh yeah.
Remember, he's yelling at the lady that's in line because she's like, well, hold on. And then she's like, I think I'll just write a check. He's like, what is this? The first time you've been in a fucking store like ever? Dude, yeah. It was pretty funny. And he and then he's like talking shit on the devil, and they kick him out of hell. I remember it was good, whatever it was. Maybe it was that movie. Who knows?
Liam, Maddie,
yes, sir.
Love and Thunder. Did you Love and Thunder yet?
No.
Matt?
Yeah, I saw it. I did see it.
And
Matt, you did not?
No, I didn't see it. Dude, come on. I can't go to the movies. It's pretty fucking high.
What?
Wow.
I got there.
Yeah.
Fucker.
No.
I found a
Yeah,
way.
why
Life
can't you go to the movies?
finds a way.
Life does find a way.
He's got to wake up at fucking 3 a.m. Take pictures of his bike.
Yeah, well, if they had Love and Thunder on at 3:30, I could go see it because that's my only free time.
Yeah, you know what? That actually kind of sucked. I was in the same boat. I was
you
like,
can go
there was
at,
one
like,
day.
Sorry, go ahead.
There's like one day where I was like, all right, my son's going over to play at his friend's house. Like, if they have an 11 a.m., this will be. I can see it the day after it. I can see it the day after it came out. Like, and this kid lives right by this huge multiplex, and they just didn't have one till like 1. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to. Like, he's going over there at 10. I could have killed a little time, saw the movie, then picked him up, then came home.
Yeah.
You know, total. Instead, the kids fell asleep really early on Saturday, like, and everybody went to bed by 9. I just found a 10 o'clock IMAX somewhere. Liam, I think we're probably both on the same page. It wasn't the transcendent A+++ that I was looking for, but I had a tremendous amount of. I really
thought it was going to be,
but I had a ton of fun in that movie theater. And I think what we need to consider here is that Taika, the guy who directs it, the director, and he's everywhere. He wrote it. He's everywhere. They literally just let him do whatever he wanted in this one. And it was maybe 15% too much Taika and 15% too little Christian Bale.
Yeah, they're going to have to like reel him back in if he does another one. You know what I mean? They're going to have to like kind of.
I think it's out there. Like I think it's out there. Now again, it's still probably my favorite, maybe right behind No Way Home of the Phase 5 movies. Like I still like it more than I like Doctor Strange, than I like Black Widow.
Phase 4 we're in right now,
or Phase 4 rather. Yeah, I still like it more than the Eternals. Like
of Phase 4, yeah. So we'll do to me
Black Widow.
Oh, Shang-Chi counts as Phase 4 though.
Yeah, Shang-Chi was pretty awesome.
That's up there too. I often forget like Shang-Chi when I do like a list, and that was a good movie. You know what I mean? Like it was.
You guys really didn't like Doctor Strange? I really liked Doctor Strange.
I didn't say I didn't like it.
No,
I just Shang-Chi and No Way Home were better. They were the better movies of Phase 4. To me, they were. They were like
you're the expert.
You know, they were at the top.
They were better movies. Like they like Doctor Strange did everything it needed to do, and visually it was awesome, and the performances were good. Like I think Doctor Strange is like a solid B+. You know, like I'm not shitting on it at all.
I put Doctor Strange on par with Thor. Like those two were kind of, you know what I mean? Like I enjoyed it. I didn't hate either of those movies, but they just weren't at like the level of some of the other ones.
Well, the God Butcher stuff is so good, and they should have spent way more time. And Bale
plays who?
Awesome.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Gore the God Butcher. Christian Bale plays Gore the God Butcher.
I was also disappointed.
His purpose in life is to kill all gods.
Yeah, and the Mighty Thor storyline lasted like a fucking hour. You know what I mean? Like, so she's in. Never mind. I can't. Matt didn't see the movie.
Yeah,
so I can't really speak on that. But
I also feel like while Portman was good, she's just not super funny.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I feel like Tessa Thompson, who plays Valkyrie, and
Valkyrie should have been it. She's good.
Yeah, and even Hemsworth, and then Taika, who does the voice of Korg. Like they were kind of on one thing, and Portman was trying to kind of like catch up. She was like the new kid at school trying to catch up to the inside jokes at the lunch table, and just a little like trying hard, but just not quite the right rhythm, you know? Like That being said, though, man, as far as a movie theater movie goes, like that was fun to watch in the theater with a bunch of people. Those fucking goats were hilarious every time.
The scene where they fight on the planet, like on that that part was awesome.
Yeah,
it was great.
I wanted so much more of that.
And when
Christian Bale,
when he's trying to
should have been
when he does
I
like the statues and stuff. Well, it's okay because this part was in the statues of the Living Tribunal and the oh God, what's his name?
You can say it. I'm gonna forget it. So.
The Watcher.
They do that all the time in The Watcher, and then we got Eternity.
Yeah, Death.
They did the same thing in Ragnarok. They had that big statue, and it was like Beta Ray Bill was there, and there's somebody else like outside of the Gladiator.
Yeah, I was really hoping we would get something. They've got to be saving Beta Ray Bill. I don't know when they're gonna do it, but they know everyone wants it. You know what I mean? Like they everyone wants it.
They teased it in Ragnarok. That was like 5 years ago.
They know we're dying for it, dude. They have to have a plan. I think they have to have a plan at this point for them.
But that being said, a little bit maybe some new Avengers vibe. Like Hemdahl's kid was fucking boss. Axel, that kid ruled.
Yeah.
Like I did respect the and maybe this is just me. So we used to back in the day. My boy Dino, I'm trying to get on the show, was in love with Daisy Fuentes from MTV Beach House. Like all summer, it would just be like the Beach House people. And when our local radio station, 98.5 KRZ, would do like top 9 at 9 every night, we were like 8, 9, 10. So we were like recording songs from our boom boxes on the tapes.
Yeah,
I remember.
Whenever they cut off November Rain before the end solo, we would call the radio station and just scream at whoever was there. Because I mean, and I think there's 3 guitar solos in November Rain. I mean, it's a crazy music video and like 3 guitar solos and Axel saying some weird stuff. But I did love the pairing at the end of that November Rain guitar solo when the kiddos, got all.
Yeah, and the music, the music throughout the movie was awesome.
Really good.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I guess that part, the cinematography of like the whole movie was fucking incredible. You're right, man. I wish they would have done like a more of the God Butcher storyline and like him going to the different places and like when they go to the hall, when they go to that library of the gods and everything, like in the comic, there's so much they could have done with that. It's kind of disappointing, but you know, it's a movie.
If they spent, I'll tell you what, exactly, Maddie. If they spent 15 more minutes with Bale, that would have been 15 less minutes of silliness, and it might have been perfect. You know, like it might have been like it might have hit that sweet spot. But honestly, my buddy sent me a boot of it. I've watched it again once or twice. It's super rewatchable. Like it's definitely one of the things that comes on. And you're like, I mean, you know, Maddie earmuffs, but like Russell Crowe is fucking hysterical.
Yeah, he is.
What character does he play?
Zeus. And he's fucking hysterical.
and he nails it. And he nails Zeus. He fucking nails. But dude, so that's the thing. All these movies, I go to see them in the movies to get the experience and everything. But the real truth is, I don't make a decision until it comes back on Disney Plus. Like I don't have like my final score until I have to go back and watch it again, like on my own. Like no, like
you have to absorb it.
Yes, So that I know I see everything. If I didn't hear part of a dialogue, I can rewind and say, wait, what the fuck did they just say? They say XYZ. Are they talking about this person? You know what I mean? Like that's.
Do you watch it with subtitles?
Absolutely.
Always and forever.
Always.
Yeah. Plus, it's good for like your kids learning how to read. So you guys are parents. You should have subtitles on in your house all the fucking time.
I just do it because everyone tries to fucking talk while I'm watching the movie, and I miss shit. And I need to fucking hear it.
Well, also, depending on what you're watching on, right? Like HBO is notoriously bad for this. Of like you're watching something and like you're watching like a Westworld or something, and you can barely hear the dialogue, and all of a sudden the car explodes, and you're like, Jesus Christ, it's gonna wake up my whole fucking house. Like I'm constantly adjusting the volume to be like, okay, talking scene I can't hear it.
I thought it was just me or my sound part. I thought it was just me, dude. That happens in my house all the time.
It happens like different platforms that have varying degrees of success, but HBO I found is the one where I'm most, and maybe Westworld specifically, where I'm most like, what'd they say? Oh, Jesus Christ, fucking baby's asleep. Like in like a second.
Dude, if you switch over to like YouTube, like I'll switch over, like I want to see this trailer or I want to see all the Easter eggs from this movie. Whenever I switch to YouTube, it's like twice as loud as whatever I just had on.
Well, because everything is based on advertising, but nothing is based on advertising more than YouTube is based on advertising.
Yeah,
so like, these commercials are going to be at like 95% volume.
Yeah, it's like when we were younger and commercials were always louder than whatever you were watching on TV. Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Not that different, man. It's not that different. Maddie, have you watched The Bear yet?
No.
You watched The Bear yet?
The Bear.
No. It's a show on Hulu. 8 episodes, right? It's about this like Michelin trained chef.
With Lip?
Yeah,
from
Lip. I do need to watch that. You're right.
Is it good?
Because I've had some
fucking exceptional.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. And I've spent some time in like kitchens and working in restaurants.
Dude, I was mostly a front of the house guy, and like there are scenes that just give you like PTSD. You're like, oh, that's the worst thing a line cook has ever said to me. Like those are the 5 worst things a line cook has ever said to me, and this one line cook just said it to this one person all in 3 minutes. They do one episode. It's later on in the season. They're all about like a half hour. I think the finale is like 45 minutes. They're all around a half hour. They do one episode that's only 19 minutes, and it's just a straight like real time 19 minutes. Like something gets fucked up in the morning and they're starting to get ready for service. And it is like I rewatched like twice to see where the camera
gives you anxiety.
Oh my God, dude. It was like PTSD. I was like, these are my nightmares of just like, why won't tickets stop coming out of this? And like, why won't this happen? And somebody just dropped the thing. Like it was so well done. And the dude who plays Lip is fucking the dude who plays Lip. I don't know that guy's name. He will forever be Lip.
Yeah, I don't know his name either.
He's incredible. The guy, he inherits the restaurant from his brother after his brother dies. His brother is played by John Barenthal in flashbacks.
Oh, wow.
Just a Italian Chicago kid. His family's owned a Chicago style roast beef shop for like 4 generations. He goes out to strike it on his own, and then his brother dies, and he comes home and he's like, I want to make this place actually work. It's got a lot of heart. It's really funny. The performances are good. Like, and then the last 2 episodes was like some of the best television I've seen in a really long time. I'm just like, man, it got renewed for a 2nd season.
Sweet.
But it was one of those things where if it ended right there and they never did another one, I would have been like, that was perfect. Like, that was like, I'm excited to see.
Yeah, I've heard great things about it.
It was, I heard good thing, and I'm general manager of a restaurant right now, so like I have some fucking shit in the background. But like, I was talking to my head chef about it, and I was like, dude, I'm a front of the house guy, and I was having PTSD. How did you feel about this show? And he's like, there's one scene that encompasses every shitty thing a superior in the kitchen has ever said to me, and also every shitty thing I have ever said to someone below me in the kitchen. He's like, I felt like I was both people at the exact same time. I totally get where they're both coming from. Wow. They're both having a terrible time. They're both not right, but they're both not wrong. Like, it really captures the restaurant gig in a way that I've kind of never seen before.
Really?
It has the anxiety of,
yeah,
which is for some people, might be why we keep going back to it. It's a hit,
it's a real deal, brother.
Shit gets busy. I gotta run. We're going on a wait, but that's what I couldn't get away from. I went and worked in the fucking office for a year, and I was fucking, I could sleep on the floor any given moment. Like, dude, we're busy the other night. It's just like, you're just moving, you're just hustling. All right, what's next? What's next?
Yeah.
What's next? All right, what's my list? What's next? I'll accomplish that. Check the kitchen, run some food, accomplish that, bust that shit off, get that. And it really is the I'll compare the restaurant they run to like a nicer version of like Barry's in Roxborough. Like, it's a little bit bigger, but that's the vibe. It's like a couple tables, pretty much a lunch counter, a lot of takeout stuff, mostly sandwiches, but like high volume. Yeah, just really good. I was gonna recommend it, but I was like, everyone's recommending that. Yeah, I'll throw out this dirty white rapper from Minneapolis who's just been grinding for 10 years, and all of a sudden I discovered him a couple months ago, and then I just started listening to all his mixtapes. I'm like, this guy's fucking talented.
Yeah,
like, I don't love all of them,
Prof is definitely good. He's funny.
He's fucking solid.
That was a good recommendation. You guys know?
I had to come back.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I had to come back to that highfalutin book recommendation. But that is one of the greatest works of fiction I've ever read. But I was like, let's average it out. Nice. Throw out a dirty white rapper. I don't want to be a smart guy. We're all smart.
No, yeah. All right. Nice. Cool. All right, guys. We gotta go. Good shit.
You do.
Yep. Love it. All right. Talk to you guys later. Good shit.
Right.
If you need me, like I said, my phone's down, so you got to message me on Instagram.
All right.
Yo,
Comic-Con's in 3 days. There'll be new trailers for all kinds of shit.
We're getting all the shit.
Where is Comic-Con?
San Diego.
San Diego is where they do the main one.
DC, Marvel. Everybody will be releasing trailers, new shit. Fucking
man, I can't wait till we can do a video from Comic-Con.
It'll probably start tomorrow, Liam. Actually, it'll probably start like Thursday, Friday. It'll get
some
little tease.
I'm saying the 23rd because that's when Marvel's panel is. They have an hour-long panel, but you're right. They'll start.
But they're gonna start leaking little shit. If not tomorrow, by Friday, little tastes.
Yep.
All right, fellas.
All right.
Love you. Miss you. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Talk to you soon.
See you guys.
Bye.